Welcome in Essay in France for the opening round of the French Rallycross Championship. It's integrated in the Rallycross Challenge Europe, and that means we have a very full starting field. We have over 100 cars divided over 5 divisions, and we start with one of the heats in Division 3. A very spectacular division, you will see that. And it's Florent Bedunot in the Mini Cooper who takes the best start from Marc Maurice in the black Peugeot, followed by the 2 DS3 Citroëns of Yannick Couillet and Guy Moreton. The final of 3 heats then this one, and this one could decide the starting order for that A final. Bedunot has already qualified for the A final, but has to try and beat the times of Christophe Saunois in the Toyota Corolla in another heat. For the moment we're looking at Guy Moreton, who has put Yannick Couillet and the other Citroën at a distance, trying to catch Marc Maurice in the black Yako Peugeot, while Florent Bedunot is taking his Joker lap, and the Mini Cooper driver stays in the lead. That is looking good for Bedunot. Moreton trying to catch Maurice, while Bedunot is stretching his lead. Spectacular silhouette cars in Division 3 of the French Championship, and Bedunot takes the heat win from Maurice and Yannick Couillet from Moreton, and that means that Florent Bedunot is now on pole for the A final. First race of the French Championship, how is it going for you? Well, for the moment it's going very well. We have the pole for the I final, and we have a good fight with Christophe Saunois in the Toyota Corolla. It's very important to be on pole position, to have a good start, and then after that we'll see what will happen. I think Marc Maurice in the Peugeot will not be very far as well. It will be very close until the last meter of the last lap.
Il sera en première ligne avec nous, donc ça sera une belle finale, je pense.
And it will probably be a very good final indeed. But first we have a look at another of the heats, and we go to the Super 1600 division with Czech Zdeněk Kušera in the green, Skoda on the outside, and David Olivier in the Renault Twingo, the white car, who takes the best start from Eric Guillemette in the Clio, followed by the 206. It's a fight between Guillemette in the Clio and Olivier, who takes his Joker lap, and Guillemette will take the lead here for a moment. Briefly probably, but if Olivier can close the gap before Guillemette takes his Joker lap, David Olivier will probably catch Guillemette again. As in most of the final heats, this is all about starting position for the A final. Here goes Guillemette for the Joker lap, and a good pass from Olivier. No problems there for the Twingo driver, and that almost assures him of a starting position on the front row of the A final indeed. Very well for Super 1600 category, no less than 35 cars entered that category. Category almost specially made for these little French rockets, and it's Olivier who takes the heat win from Guillemette. A clear win by both Renault drivers. And they are now preparing for the A final. But we'll have a look at one final heat in the highest of divisions, in the supercars division. And we see Jochen Koks in the VW Sirocco with the number 69, but it's Hervé Knappik in the red Citroën who takes the best start. So Knappik is leading from Bernd Schirmacher, the German in the Skoda, the Belgian Jochen Koks, and Christophe Wild in the Citroën C4. And Wild tries to go on the outside for the hairpin. Will he gain a spot? He hits the Skoda. And can he continue? Yeah, he can continue, but he has to take the Joker lap. But he hasn't lost too much time there. I think it's more the Skoda and the Sirocco that have lost time indeed, because Wild is closing in on them rapidly. Bernd Schumacher, the German in the Skoda, is apparently blocking the others. Maybe he has a problem now with his left front wheel after that contact with Christoph Wild. Jochen Koch understands this and he goes for his Joker lap, but now Christoph Wild has to try and pass the Skoda Fabia. It will not be easy. In front still Hervé Knappik, of course, and Wild goes for the outside again, comes into the dirty stuff, loses time. Attention for Koch. Will he take the inside line? He doesn't pass the C4, but still the Skoda is in second position. They will have to wait for the German to take his Joker lap probably before they can overtake him. Meanwhile, Hervé Knappik is edging away in the front. These will not be good times for these drivers. And there goes Schumacher for the Joker lap. Wild closes the gap on the inside so that Koch can't really accelerate, and Schumacher rejoins in fourth position. Knappik wins the heat from, who will it be? Christoph Wild, and then Jochen Koch and Schumacher in fourth. We'll have a word with the winner of this heat, Hervé Knappik.
Juste devant la finale du premier course de l'année.
How's it going right in front of the first final of the year? Well, it didn't go very well yesterday because I lost my windscreen wipers and I tried to park the car right next to the guardrail, but then I lost, I damaged the wheel. So this morning in the wet it wasn't very great, but this afternoon it was a very good third heat, and now we're on the second row of the B final, so anything is possible.
On va voir.
Hervé Knappik, not the youngest of drivers, but surely one of the most ambitious. B final then, in the Super 1600, and it's Adrien Sagnier in the purple Citroën who takes the lead from Jean-Baptiste Dubourg in the Renault Clio, and then the Peugeot 206 of Emmanuel Martin, followed by the C2 of Laurent Chartrain. And Zdeněk Kučera is losing a lot of time there in the green Skoda Fabia. He won't be in the A final. Two best of this B final go to the A final. As you know, Laurent Chartrain goes for his Joker lap and rejoins right in front of the Saxo of Franck Hello. But in front it's still Adrien Sagnier from Jean-Baptiste Dubourg in the white Clio. Chartrain tries to close the gap. Sagnier goes for her Joker lap and she rejoins in front of the other C2. This might be important for the final outcome of this B final, but it's looking good for both Citroën drivers because they are catching the Clio of Dubourg and he still has to do the Joker lap. And Dubourg goes in for his Joker lap. Where will he rejoin? In first, second or third position? It will be in second because Chartrain opens up his line and he lets the Clio in front. That might have been a costly mistake there. He should have fought a little harder to keep that second place. Not much time left for Chartrain now to try and overtake Dubourg and gain that all-important second place. But it's more Dubourg who wants to take the first place of Sagnier. Final corners of this B final, and it's Sagnier who wins it from Dubourg, then Chartrain and Emmanuel Martin in fourth. So these are the two drivers that go to the A final. Another B final then in the Supercars division. Last chance to get into the A final. And it's Fabien Payet in pole position, has a good start, but Kevin Proctor hasn't. And it's Payet who's leading, I think, in front of Jos Kuipers in the focus. Yes, indeed. Christoph Wild cuts the corner there, is in third or fourth position, and is hit by the Ford Focus of Kevin Proctor, and Christoph Wild hits the guardrail. And that's it for the Frenchman, I think. Payet now leads from Kuipers. Then it's Hervé Knappik from the second row. He's already in third position. Good driving by the Frenchman. Kevin Proctor goes for his Joker lap. Payet leading. And there's smoke coming out of the hood of the Peugeot, and that's it for the Frenchman. Over and out. What a disappointment. First round of the championship, not a good way to start the season. So now it's Kuipers leading from Knappik. Knappik immediately goes for the Joker lap. Very good tactics by the Frenchman. Can he stay in front of the Citroën Xara of Jean-Claude Lemoine? I think he can. Yes, indeed. And then it's Kevin Proctor and the Sirocco of Jochen Koch. Good driving there by Knapik. He might get into the A final after all if he stays in second place behind Kuipers. And he's edging away of the Sarah of Le Mans. And it's Kevin Proctor. Had a first row start, but he had a very bad start. And then there was that contact with Christoph Wild. Didn't help his chances to get into the A final. Nothing's lost yet. Still, it's Kuipers leading from Hervé Knapik. Kuipers, the Dutchman, driving under an Italian license. That's why some people call him Giovanni, but he wins the B final from Hervé Knapik. Very good driving from both of them. Proctor finishes in third from Cokes and Jean-Claude Lemoine. And we see both of these cars back in the A final. Off to the first of the A finals then in Division 4 with David Vincent in the number 1 Clio. Fighting against, among others, Jimmy Tepero in the Audi A3, who has pole position, and it's Vincent who takes the lead from the outside of the front row. Very good start from the Frenchman in the Clio, and then it's Tepero in the Audi A3, followed by the Peugeot of Lefrançois. Very bumpy braking zone there for the hairpin. The back of the field, it's the 207 of Jacquinet who goes for the Joker lap. And there's the rare Honda S2000 of Bertrand Girardot as final car in this 8-car race. Vincent and Tepero fighting hard. Tepero pushing the Clio there, going for his Joker lap. Tepero will be very close between these two for the first win of the year. Not only on the cars, but even in the championship they might finish 1 and 2. The 306 kit car going for the Joker lap. And there comes David Vincent out of his Joker lap. Can he stay in front of Tepero? Pushing and shoving there, and it's Tepero and the Audi who takes the lead from David Vincent. Important move there from the Audi driver. Very well driven. It was just a fraction of a second that David Vincent lost in that Joker lap. But he's now in second, and it will be very difficult to overtake the Audi, who brakes a bit early there for the hairpin just to protect the inside line. There's contact with the Renault. The bodywork is rubbing against the tire, but it's the end of the race, and Tepero wins it from Vincent and Stephen Lefrançois in the Peugeot 206. And in fourth it was Marc Poudrou, and Sébastien Guillemot finishes in fifth. So congratulations to the top 3 drivers, Tepero, Vincent and Lefrançois. That was it for the first part from Essay. See you after the break. Welcome back in Essay in France for the opening round of the French Rallycross Championship. We're at the A final of the Division 3 with Christophe Saunois in the middle of the front row, who takes the best start in his Toyota Corolla. He passes pole sitter Florent Bedouneau in the Mini Cooper and Marc Maurice in the black Peugeot. Those 3 might be in a class of their own. Right behind them is Xavier Briffaut in the blue Clio, who touches the Peugeot of Maurice and almost spins the car around, but he keeps in fourth, Briffaut. Meanwhile, Bedouneau and Saunois are fighting hard for the lead. Maurice decides not to go for the Joker lap and try and close the gap, because the others went for the Joker lap, so now he has nobody behind him. That might be easier for him. And here's the little peloton of 5 cars, led by Xavier Briffaut and Guy Moreton in the DS3 car, who goes for the Joker lap now. So Patrick Guilherme in the Peugeot 307 wins the spot, just like Yannick Couillet in the other DS3. Moreton rejoins just in front of Stéphane Dréan in the Renault Clio. Briffaut still in fourth, fighting with Guilherme for that fourth position. They are a long way behind the 3 leaders. And Guilherme goes for his Joker lap in the rarest of rally cars, a Peugeot 307. And And he joins in front of Guy Moreton. Meanwhile, in front, Bedouneau is still in second place from Marc Maurice. And in front, it's the Toyota Corolla of Christophe Saunois. Here it is. Was not on pole position, but took the best of starts and is now leading with almost a second in hand over the Mini Cooper of Bedouneau. And Saunois takes the win in the A final. Florent Bedouneau finishes in second. And we have to wait for it for a bit, but there is Marc Maurice finishing in third, right in front of Xavier Briffaut and Patrick Guilherme. And the fans are very happy, and so is Xavier Briffaut. And here are the results of the A final in Division 3 again. And while the top 3 drivers are once again celebrated, we head for the next of the 5A finals. No French drivers in this one. This one is a pure Rallycross Challenge Europe A final, the Touring Cars division, with Roman Castrol on pole in the light blue Opel Astra from the Volvo of Jos Sterckens, and the Ford Fiesta of Nick Snoeys, and it's Castrol who takes the lead from Sterckens, Snoeys, Mandy Cass in the red Fiesta, and then Ivo van den Brand in the Mitsubishi Colt, and the other Astra of Louis de Haas, who takes the outside line and passes the Colt of van den Brande. Castrol is leading from Jos Sterckens, and then it looks like Nick Snoeys already goes for the Joker lap. Might be a good idea to try and gain some time that way. Snoeys and de Haas fighting hard there for third position, and Snoeys goes a bit wide. Can he keep the car under control? He puts on the gas a bit too early and he slids wide and hits the barriers. De Haas has passed, and Bayliss in the other Volvo has passed, as well as does Mandy Cass in the Ford Fiesta. Not a good move there from Snoeys. Meanwhile, in front, Castrol is still leading from Jos Sterckens. It looks like the Czech will score full points here. It's still a long way to go, but for the moment there's no threat from the Belgian in the Volvo. Maybe now when Castrol goes for the Joker lap, and Sterckens does the same. Both go for the Joker lap in the same lap. They have enough of an advantage to keep their positions. For the moment it's Louis de Haas in third position, and it looks like Castrol has this final set. There is de Haas in third, and Bayliss in the other Volvo a distant fourth. Two Astras in the top 3, but it looks like Castrol is slowing down a bit because Sterckens is edging closer and closer. Has gained over a second in the last lap. Is he getting close enough to launch an attack on the Czech? It looks like he is not, because Roman Castrol wins this A final from Jos Sterckens, and Louis de Haas takes third in the other Opel Astra. So, first win of the season for the Czech driver Roman Castrol. And he can celebrate in style as well. Castrol, Sterckens, de Haas, and then Bayliss and Mandy Cass complete the top 5. And while these 3 are still celebrating, the 8 cars for the Super 1600 A final are getting on the starting grid. This should be a very hot final here. 8 hot hatches at the start. Dorian Launay on pole position, and we drive with Chanoine in the Dacia Sandero. Next to us it's Eric Guillemette. Eric Guillemette who makes contact and he spins round. The black Clio of one of the outsiders for the win. Has lost any chance of taking the win here, but he can continue. Eric Guillemette. That was bad luck. So it's Launay leading from David Olivier. Olivier hits the Clio and goes out of the track. Or can he continue? He can continue, but I think the suspension on the right front is damaged. Let's see. Yes, the Twingo slows down, and that's it for David Olivier. Started from the front row, but that's the end of his final in the very first lap. So it's Dorian Launay leading from F1 journalist Julien Febreau. And Fabien Chanoine is in third position right behind those two. Good position for the Dacia Sandero. Is trying to close the gap towards the Citroën Saxo of Julien Febvreau. Julien Febvreau, who has now taken the lead because Dorian Launay went for his joker lap. And can Chanoine attack Launay? That would be a huge surprise. Not for the moment though. Chanoine is being threatened by Adeline Sagnier, and the Dacia driver still has to do his joker lap. There he goes. And he rejoins in 1, 2, 3 in 4th position. Comes onto the track right in front of the Skoda Fabia of Stanislav Susta. Here he is, Susta, and then followed by the Clio of Jean-Baptiste Dubourg. 4th, 5th and 6th in this A final. Julien Febvreau, Canal Plus commentator, the Formula 1 Grand Prix. In between Grand Prix weekends, he loves to do some rally crossing, and he's doing it very well as well. Drops to 2nd after his joker lap, but Sagnier stays in front, and it's Launay who takes the win from Julien Febvreau and Adeline Sagnier. Chanoine in 4th from Stanislav Susta. Let's talk to the winner, Dorian Launay.
À la fin de la première épreuve, on est en tête du championnat.
We're leading the championship now, and that's a good start. And in Châteauroux, the next round, we will drive the Citroën Saxo that finished here, and that's a good sign that it finished in 2nd place here. So that's a good result, and we will work very hard with that team to try and stay in the lead of the championship. So Launay wins it from Febvreau, Sagnier, Chanoine and Susta. And we'll have a word with Julien Febvreau as well. It was very difficult to set some good times yesterday. We found the problem, we repaired it, and this morning we set the best time in the 3rd heat. And in the final, everything was possible. I said I'll go for it. I did a good start, and then there was a contact between Launay and David Olivier. So I slipped into 2nd place, and that was a good thing. And finishing 2nd after being 14 this morning, it feels like a victory. And then the final of the A-finals in the Supercars division, with 2 Belgians on the front row, Patrick van Mechelen and Koen Pauwels. Van Mechelen in the black Fiesta has the pole position, but a very bad start because Koen Pauwels takes the lead. And can Van Mechelen slip into 2nd? Yes, he can, right in front of Jérôme Grosset-Janin, the best of the French then. And Hervé Knappy coming from the B final, he goes into 4th position already. The experienced rallycross driver makes up for his weekend by taking some good starts in the B final and now in the A final again. And for him, the points in the French championship are the most important, while Jos Kuipers is going for the joker lap. And Knappy is 2nd in that French championship, behind Jérôme Grosset-Janin for the moment. In the front, the 2 Belgians, Koen Pauwels in the Ford Focus and Patrick van Mechelen in the Ford Fiesta. And Grosset-Janin goes for his joker lap. He'll lose a position there, but he might regain it when Knappy goes for his joker lap. And these are the others in the final. Alain Heu from Pavel Kutny, the Czech, and the Dutch-Italian Jos Kuipers. Alain Heu, 3rd of the French drivers, not really threatening Grosset-Janin and Hervé Knappy. Some couple of 100 meters in front of him. So Van Mechelen still holding off Grosset-Janin after Hervé Knappy did his joker lap. Koen Pauwels still has to do his joker lap, the leader, and there he does. And he keeps the lead from Van Mechelen. All is looking good now for Koen Pauwels. He only has to do a couple of laps now, and he can take the win here in Essay for the Rallycross Challenge Europe. Good fight here between the 2 Belgians in the Fords. One's a Focus and the other is a Fiesta. Van Mechelen, of course, still getting used to that car a bit because he drove Subarus for such a long time, but it's Pauwels who wins it from Van Mechelen, and Grosset-Janin takes 3rd place, but the full points in the French championship from Hervé Knappy and Alain Heu. recap of that results in the A final for the supercars. And let's have a word with the top Frenchman, Jérôme Grosset-Janin.
Première course du championnat.
First race of the French Championship, but it's the Belgians that's dominating. Yes, indeed. The fact that this round is also part of the Rallycross Challenge Europe makes that we have to compete against some international Rallycross drivers. And it's true that the Belgians were very strong today. But I focused on the other French drivers because it's important to score as many points as possible for the French Championship. And there, being first of the French Rallycross drivers in the A final, we scored full points, and that's the most important for us.
Donc, voilà, on part du week-end heureux et avec le but atteint.
And Koen Pauwels is a very happy man as well.
Koen, perfect weekend, hè?
Koen, this was a perfect weekend. Indeed, the weekend went better than I thought before. I thought the French would be very difficult to beat on their own track, but here you can see that the level of the Belgian Rallycross is high, better than the French even. So that was it from us from the opening round for the French Rallycross Championship. See you next time.